Hey traders from around the world, this is Jerremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading, and it is indeed Wednesday, which is hump day in the middle of the week, October the 7th. October is already underway, excited about that. Let's check out some of the markets today. The DIA right now, this is the ETF that tracks the Dow Jones, gapped up this morning from the close of yesterday and really traded right to a pretty nice resistance, pretty much the high of this level. So we did make a higher high and a higher low thus far today. Some analysis from yesterday, which is going to stand as of today, is if an evening star reversal forms, let it ride. And that will be today. We need the candle to close more or less how it is. Now keep in mind this update is subject to change due to volatility, but if we get another bearish candle, what's tomorrow, Thursday, that would be your evening star, and then you just trade it below the low of that candle. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen or how it's going to play out, but we are in some locations where a reversal is likely. Here's the SPY, and we keep hitting the 50 exponential moving average. Same thing. If an evening star reversal, let it ride. So we haven't quite gotten it yet. So today we did make a higher high and a higher low. So technically that is slightly bullish, but we're still battling that 50 very, very strongly as a resistance. So let's just kind of keep that in mind and play that out accordingly. The Qs not really doing that much today, but also kind of like a little bit of a bearish candle, battling the 50. Last trade we had was a bullish morning star pattern right off the support. 50 was a really solid target. Now it's just going to kind of keep battling around. And here's the IWM. The IWM has not hit the 50 exponential yet. That's why I do think that there's a chance that we could make some higher highs potentially. But these gaps today aren't insanely bearish. They're more bullish, honestly, but it depends on how we end the day. If we end with a nice bearish candle, if Thursday shapes up bearish, then we can have some bearish sentiment follow through. Let's talk about some gaps today. Ticker symbol YUM, Yum Brands. And Yum was a perfect gap and go. Boop, gapped right below some really, really good support. The open today was 69.81. So I said yesterday in the afternoon swing trading class from 5 to 6 Eastern, if Yum opens below 69, great bearish potential. Let me just show you guys how Brad Reed played this guy. Phenomenal trade, Brad. Here's the 1 minute chart, and here's how he played it. Entry, stop. It doesn't really get much better than that. I mean, that is a trade right there. 70.16 by 70.91 was the exact numbers. So actually it was it was actually right here. 70.16 by 70.91. There we go. So anyway, phenomenal trade. I mean, that trade has some really strong bearish potential to keep rolling over the rest of the day. Great trade on the morning floor for you guys. I mean, that's just really, really phenomenal. Interested and excited to see how it continues to progress and play out overall. So we'll just kind of keep watching it on YUM. All right, so there's Yum. Let's go look at NUS. So anyway, all I'm saying is for my swing traders, that's a very, very strong gap. So keep that in mind for your swing trades. Other gap that's happening, New Skin Enterprises. I remember when everyone and their mom was talking about this trade and the stock, and was really excited about it. Very, very strong bearish gap and go today. Breaking supports down 24% right now. So I'm not going to look to short it yet, but I am going to look for something like this and like this to occur in the next few days. And if that happens, I'd be a little bit more bearish than bullish. GoPro, breaking my strong supports. Didn't really bounce on the hourly charts at all, or really any kind of time frame. So this thing is just getting taken to the woodshed. I can't exactly figure out fundamentally why it's getting beat up so bad, but don't have to, right? That's the beautiful thing about technical analysis. You simply understand that if there's more sellers than buyers, then the stock's going to keep going lower, more than likely. So if we're looking at this particular trade as of right now, I'm going to see if and how the 20 EMA holds. That's where I'm going to look to short off of. If we break this support, stock comes down, coming to the 20, which we haven't hit yet. If we hit the 20 and fail, then I'll be looking to play a bearish. Earnings is also coming up, so I'll be just a little bit patient on GoPro at that moment, just kind of watching what it does. Here's Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. Alibaba made a little bit of a higher high and a higher low today. Broke out of this 2-day pennant pattern bullish. So there's the 2-day pennant pattern. Broke out of there. My ultimate target on Alibaba is probably really right about the 50 exponential moving average. Albert's got a 75 covered call on Alibaba expiring in October, and he'll probably get the opportunity for that to expire and then just do another one over November over earnings. Not entirely sure what Alibaba is going to do over earnings, but I would say this is a really strong support, interesting lower high, probably some type of wave 4 going on right here, and just kind of interested to see how it moves. And silver, ticker symbol SLV, up almost 1% as of right this moment. We did close pretty much right on my bullish trigger yesterday, 1505, with kind of like a little bit of a bearish candle. I'm just slightly more bullish to neutral on silver. I mean, this is a really good move. If you're looking at just the line charts here, you finally made a higher high, right? We broke out of this consolidation. We broke out of this 1468 old resistance kind of area, and we're above the moving averages on the daily chart. The weekly, yes, we're going to have a lot to contend with on the weekly. The 50 exponential moving average is at 1561. Here's your long-term moving averages. Long-term moving averages at 1716. There's a chance that we could get up to the 100 on the weekly chart, the 100 simple. I think that's probably where we go and test that level, and that's right about there. So I'm going to be watching that semi-closely on silver just to see how it plays out and what it does. Let's go update some day trades. Some swing trades really quick for you guys, just to kind of go through what's been going on. British Petroleum settled their lawsuit when they had the oil spill, $28 billion, and they went higher. Kind of weird, but it still happened. So I got stopped out on British Petroleum. I was looking to short it off the 50, right? We had never, I should say never. We haven't really hit the 50 exponential since like July. So I was thinking, all right, well, trade down in here, hit the 50, potentially roll over. Nope, that didn't happen. So I got stopped out on British Petroleum. Whole Foods, ticker symbol WFM. Dean Chance is in Whole Foods looking for it to roll over off the 50 exponential moving average. Right now it's just kind of continually battling that level. That's his entry, 33.82 by 34.82. So that one's still just kind of hanging in there nicely. Verizon, we got stopped out on Verizon as well, which is a little unfortunate, but ex-dividend is coming up soon anyway. Bearish entry was here, stop was there, and got stopped out yesterday on Verizon. Twitter, we got stopped out of on Twitter today. So our stop was 28.45, which is pretty much the 50 exponential and the 10 exponential on the weekly chart. Didn't really do anything with that specifically. Just kind of hit it, got stopped out, and that's really about it. So only half of an R loss. Good risk mitigation overall. Let's talk about some of the trades that we are still in bearish. Here's Dollar General. You guys probably remember our Dollar General trade. This was not only a good day trade last 2 days, but it was a good swing trade. So based on this bearish retest gap right here, we were looking for it to retest this old support, new resistance. Got triggered in bearish on the 16th, and on the 25th of September, literally missed getting stopped out by 8 cents. So great stop placement for you guys. It did end up continuing rolling over. Bearish continuation trigger about 69.64. So we hit our first target at 68. Next target for me on Dollar General is 65.66 and maybe even 64.75. I'll watch it. But if it does hit the target today, I'll just simply exit and move on. PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL, moved our stop down. So we still have the trigger that we had on PayPal, 33.74. Also on the 25th of September, missed getting stopped out by 2 pennies on PayPal. So at this point, moved our stop down above this pivot, and now we're kind of forming an evening star reversal, which we did make a lower low and a lower high today. So I'm just slightly more bearish and bullish on PayPal. Got stopped out of CVS, lost R on CVS. Let's go through 2 more. Lulu, we're still in bearish on Lulu, and Lulu traded right up to the 20 and failed. So I'm probably going to be moving our stop down. We did exit half of our position already at $50, so we'll probably move the stop down to the high of today on the other half of the position on Lulu. Men's Warehouse, probably going to get trailed out of Men's Warehouse at 44.65. Really just depends on how strong the 10 exponential holds. It'll be an R that we get locked in based on this beautiful bearish gap and go. But 40.39 was my target. Missed it by about 20 cents on the 2nd of October, so it's too bad. 2 other things on my radar today. Skechers. Skechers is big time on my radar. Big time. I've been waiting for this bubble to pop, and it looks like this trade could run. We did trade down to a little bit of a support today. Just barely. Here's kind of our short-term support from this little wick right here. Kind of draw that in right about there. There we go. So some support there. Yesterday I was looking at this in the afternoon swing trading class from 5 to 6 Eastern. Was a bearish move at 126.07, stop at 128.89, And that was just a quick 2R trade, just down to that little support. I would keep an eye on Skechers bearish. It's making lower lows and lower highs. Here's the 100 simple moving average. It's breaking the 100 simple moving average. If we can retest a little bit today, maybe tomorrow, have a bearish perspective on Skechers more than likely until earnings, and see if you can keep a close eye on the hourly chart and see how you might want to consider playing that one. Last but not least is ticker symbol BOX. So we are in a bearish swing trade on BOX. 1164, we want to close below that price, close right on that trigger on October 2nd. Stop is at 1281. All that's still pretty much the same. No real changes or updates on BOX. Target is 930. So I do have a bit of a bearish perspective on BOX. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this real life stock review. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate, guys, all of your support. Huge news. November marks 1 year of real life trading's history, if you will. And it's been a year. That's an absolute fact. Almost 365 days. What a year it was. A lot of punches, a lot of bruises, a lot of beautiful, beautiful experiences. I'm excited about the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys on Friday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it.